I thought we would see what was in it.
Oh, you gonna crack it?
I thought we would.
Hey guys, we haven't been on in a while because we have been extremely busy with Gary and his current health condition. So we'll wait for a few people to get on before we go into our storytelling that we will be telling tonight. And we're going to show you some, hey Michelle, we're going to show you some odd eggs, and we're going to talk about Gary being in the hospital and Winelda having to deal with him as a patient. And we also have some he said, she said stuff we're going to do tonight. So, should be exciting. We haven't been on in a while because everything's been kind of crazy. Why are you over there?
I was getting my stuff ready.
All right, he's preparing his stuff over there. So,
My stuff.
I hope you all have been doing well. I know we haven't been on lately. Actually, with Gary not working, we could actually go on Highbury a lot more often than we do. But
We went bowling for the first time today, didn't we?
yes, and also we went bowling for the first time today, and we're going to talk about that as well. Well, my first trip bowling. Everybody else had been except for me. Hi, Jennifer. You know, you're going to leave that over there. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Brandy. Gary is getting his supplies ready for his little demonstration he's going to do tonight. Hi, Shayna. Or Shauna. I'm sorry if I mispronounce your all's name. I'm so sorry. But with a name like Winelda, you can only imagine how many times in life I've had to be called different names, or my name gets mispronounced all the time. So, hi, Shanda. Hi, Jamie.
Yeah, we was looking for it today. Thank you, buddy.
Jake making a little sneak appearance there. Hi, Leah. Sorry. So, anyway, I think Gary's going to join us here in a minute, so y'all just have to look at me until the man of the hour comes on. I know he's the big entertainment now. So, hi, Ginger. So, anyway, Gary went back to the doctor for his follow-up, and his platelets was worse.
Down to 8.
Down to 8. They was worse than what they was, even after the steroid treatment. And his doctor, the oncologist that he's seeing, actually ordered him to have some infusion therapy. So we had to spend 2 days in...
17 hours.
He's throwing in little tidbits here just to make sure. I tell the story right, but we had to spend he had to be at the hospital 2 days in a row at 8 a.m. and we didn't get out of there both days until first day almost 6 o'clock, and the next day was 5 while he got infusions. And the first day I just kind of sent him up there because as a nurse I'm familiar with these infusions, and I knew they took like, yeah, I was thinking he'd be up there 2 to 4 hours. I didn't have a sitter for the kids, but then he gets up there and he has to have this mega dose, crazy dose, and I'm like, that don't even sound right. And so I had to get a babysitter for the kids in a hurry, and I went up there and sit with him because he ended up getting a little bit sick with it. And I know some of you saw my post on Facebook, but it was all fun and games. I was by no means making fun of Gary or downplaying what he's going through right now, but
he was making fun of me, guys.
Oh, whatever. Suck it up. But he is definitely one of those patients. I know a lot of nurses follow us. And hi, Shelly. Hi, Katie.
You need to throw your background in there too before you.
Yeah, as a nurse, I know the worst patients are men at his age because they have a million other things to do other than sit in a hospital. And no offense, but they feel like the world revolves around them and everybody else's schedule should, revolve around them. And that's not the way it works. Sometimes you just have to sit there and shut up and get taken care of. But Gary didn't want to get taken care of because he had 100 other things to do. What? I have no idea. But is that a spider on the ceiling? That is do something with that. Yes, get a broom, get something, get a gun, get a weapon. Better not miss it.
It's dead.
Okay.
That's really dead.
Back to the story. Anyway, he was aggravated over the IV. You really need to be over here throwing in your little personal opinion on this.
I'm trying to stand in front of the air conditioner and get some of this flushness off me.
Okay.
I've been blood red, guys, since I had all that stuff. I'm still kind of sick. Give me a minute.
Brandy, we don't know what's causing it. The doctor originally thought it might be some kind of viral infection or something, but they done tons of blood work on him and they ruled everything out. For some reason, his spleen does not like platelets and it's eating him up, and they're trying to boost his immune system right now.
I have been tested for every heebie-jeebie known to man.
He's clean. He's clean. So we really don't have that many answers as far as it goes, but he is playing along. He's off work for another 8 weeks, and hopefully this helps. And he goes back to the doctor next week to get some more labs drawn.
And all my men's been great. They've checked on me constantly, making sure I don't need anything. One of them even offered me blood. We're quite a tight family.
Yeah, so Gary was not a very good patient, was you?
They do everything so slow. I'm used to getting everything took care of. When I work, I have a certain amount of time to get anything done in. I'm a coal miner, and it's hard telling what I do from day to day, but everything I do fast, I do safe. I've got all my stuff ready, and I go in ready for the kill, right? Because time's money.
But when you're getting...
And when I go over here to these people, they're like, we're going to start you out at this very slow rate, and I sit here and watch one bubble every 10 minutes.
When you get a product from another human body, you may have a reaction. It has to start slow.
I'm not doing well with it. Look at my ears. I have peed kerosene for 2 days. My son said, Dad, you forgot to flush the toilet. It smells like diesel. You can ask him. It's been bad. Today it's still bad. My head's not hurting as bad. I had to lay with my head in the bed on my all fours. It was awful there the other morning. When Elda was trying to pet on me and help me, and they wouldn't. When I turned my head, it felt like my brain kept going. Just too much fluid on my body, I guess. It's been tough. I'm doing my best to save my spleen. I'm gonna, if this don't work, I'll do something kind of like chemotherapy, and we'll take that route. But I took 20 bottles worth of something I don't even know how to pronounce in 2 days. Octacam. Anyhow.
But he survived it, and he had a wonderful nurse.
Yeah, my nurse was the greatest lady ever.
So we'll give a little shout out to Kathy that works in infusion therapy at LRMC. She was great with him.
When I was sitting there pouting and mad because I'd sit there seemed like all day and just got one bottle, she actually called my doctor and was like, blah, 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 blah. She's been there since, I think, 1989, she told me. She's awesome. And I didn't want for anything the whole time I was there. And she actually called that man, and she pumped up the volume, and that's how I got out of there in 8 hours. They actually had to pull overtime one day over me because it went in so slow.
Yeah.
And I was there when they got there.
And Gary thinks because I'm a nurse that I can fix the IV pump and fix this and fix that. But what he don't
I fix everything she wants, don't I?
Yeah, but you
damn straight I do.
I couldn't fix the IV
when
pump.
Elda can ask for anything.
I can do all that
and
stuff.
Gary will go build it. He'll plumb it. He'll wire it. He'll whatever. Whatever my woman wants, I do. So, naturally, she's a 20-year veteran of the workforce. When that shit ain't working, I'm like, the hell's wrong with that thing? She's like, Gary, I can't mess with that. And I'm like, well, you my gal.
Just out of respect for another nurse.
You my ride or die gal. Yeah, what are you doing?
You don't, as a nurse, we hate when there's a patient that is a nurse or a family member that's a nurse that's in the room trying to tell you what to do. Or
yeah, but when there's no nurses in the room, there is a gray area. That's what Gary was trying to exploit.
She was
Pump that shit up, Winelda. Pump it up. Get that shit in there. Let's get out of here.
I didn't want to hurt. I want to do what was
the first day. All we had was a recliner and a chair. And when I walked in the next morning, I talked to that beautiful lady. I mean, she was awesome. She'd been there, like I said, since the 80s. She's seen everything come and go. But somebody get that much in one day, let alone two. So that was her first two, let alone us.
On my face.
But she was very professional, and she was great. I don't have nothing else to say about her.
Yeah. So anyway, that's where we're at with old Gary's issue. Now, leading up until, what else happened this week?
Bowling, that'd be fun to talk about.
I went bowling today for the first time in my life. I am 40 years old and I have never bowled.
So me and the kids were sitting around here. We was looking for something to do. We mentioned bowling yesterday, but I was sick and I couldn't go.
And I was thinking the whole time, I am not athletic.
Well, Nella
I'm
thinks
not
she's not athletic.
physically inclined to do anything like that.
Let me tell you
This
what.
is going to be terrible.
Anything we need, Nella takes care of. If there's a child getting ready to fall or something, she turns into a damn ninja. She's gone. Gone. She thinks she's not athletic, but she is very. So, it's a couch potato sport, right? You aim, you fire. So, the first ball she ever throws, we walk up there and I tell her how to do it. Well, now we line our toes up on these 2 dots. We got to swing her ass to the side. You keep your arms straight. And she done everything I told her. She turned around like she wasn't going to hit nothing. Bam! Knocked over 10 pins. Not 20.
Got a
She
strike.
got a strike.
So I ended up getting 2 strikes the entire time we played. And I ended up with a score of 74.
I ain't bowled in years, but I'm very competitive, right? So Nella's getting mad at me at this point. I see some guy with this cyborg arm piece with this finger thing poked out, and I'm like, well, that guy ain't going to beat me.
He wasn't even playing with us. He was like
He was
3
only
lanes
2
over.
lanes over, but I could see his score. And I thought, well, you got all that fancy stuff. I'm using a house ball.
And me being a no bowler, I'm thinking to myself, man, that guy's dedicated. He's had surgery. He's got his hand in a splint, and he's still bowling. I had no idea.
Well, the other thing, she's a cripple.
I had
She
no
thinks
idea.
this guy is hurt. She's feeling bad for him. I'm like, no, Winelda, that's how he keeps his arms straight. He's got this fancy ball, and he's busting strike after strike, and he's doing really good. So I'm like, oh, hell no. That shit ain't going down. So my girls there watching me. I'm going to have to be the best they are.
You was amazing, and you looked so sexy up there bowling, and you had.
So I get this big 16-pound ball, right?
It sounded like thunder every time you threw it. Everybody knew when
my
you was
philosophy
bowling.
is I can't bowl, right? I'm not a bowler. So I'm like, if I throw this shit hard enough, it'll smash all of them around into each other. So I think I had an 18-pin lead on him at the end.
He's so competitive. I said, this is supposed to be
I'm sick. I can't do nothing
family
with that
fun
running out of
day.
breath. I tried to play with Maverick in the 4. He finally got home. He's been with his daddy this weekend. I get him down, wrestle with him, and eat on his neck and play with him. And in about 2 minutes, I'm sitting there going, I don't care how much water I drink. I don't even want to say that, but anyhow, I can't get it all flushed out, what they pumped in me.
Well, you're not supposed to. It's supposed to be in there doing its thing. Courtney, I just saw your comment, please pray. I missed what you commented on there before, but we'll go back and look through the comments.
But we do pray every day if you need something.
But the bowling turned out good. It did.
We had such a great time. So Sissy only knocks down 27 pins, and she's laying across the 4 seats. She said, I'm like, yeah, I wanted to bowl another game, Winelda, but we need to get out of here.
I was ready to bowl another game. I was getting ready. I was.
She was psyching up.
I was.
But her and the oldest boy, they tied. So, for her first game, Jake's bowled a bunch, So for her first game, she tied with Jake, so that wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. I did pull a muscle on my left butt cheek, though. I was so tense because I was afraid of falling because those shoes are so slick.
And hell, I don't know, guys. I tried to talk to her about approach, lining her toes up. It takes me 3 steps. It might take Winelda 4, and I try to teach her how to stop and how to keep her arms straight and throw the ball. And she's her own woman.
And my shoes was too big, too, and that was making me nervous. I was afraid I was going to walk out of them.
She didn't know bowling shoes fit like boots. But we'll know next time.
Yeah, we'll know
We
next
had a
time.
wonderful time, though.
We did have a good time. It was a fun time.
If we didn't have kids, we'd have got draft beer.
I'm
Bowling
not,
alley beer's the greatest.
I'm not a beer drinker, but maybe if I would have had 3 or 4 beers, I could have been
Zoned in.
Kingpin.
Kingpin.
I'd have been whooping your ass at bowling.
I thought you done great.
I'd have went over there and took that man's splint.
That's hard words.
That's not really. Okay, so what else has went on?
Your mother was watching the kids for us. They done good.
Yeah, my mom does great. She's always there when we need somebody to watch the kids. She comes right in like Mama of the Year.
She's a wonderful woman. She's
My mom
top notch,
is
blue
the bomb.
ribbon gal. I don't know what to say about her.
And since Gary's been off work, we've spent quite a bit of time up there having cookouts and sitting around talking. They have a huge pool, and the kids have swam, and
me and
we've had a
Brother
good
Gary,
time.
we escaped from them.
Yeah, my
So-
stepdad's name's Gary, and they like to go off on little adventures. And apparently, they went on an adventure today and was gone an extended amount of time on side by side or whatever you call them. And I even told my mom, I said, I wonder what those guys have gotten into up in the hills. I said, they've been gone a long time.
Grass was getting thin, so we cut a tree for the cows to eat. But because my head wasn't hurting, I thought I was healthy enough to work a little bit, but I wasn't. So I was out of breath, and he was down in the back, and we was trying to help each other. And it
Two
was,
cripples lost in the mountains on
two
a side by
cripples
side.
lost in the mountains. Yeah.
But they survived it. So we're going to now start into some he said, she said type stuff.
If you guys could help with questions. Me and one Elder had a conversation last night. I don't really want to say an argument, but I've went through what I feel is a whole lot in my lifetime, and my eyes see things totally different than hers. And she's went through what she feels is a whole lot in a lifetime. And her eyes see things differently than mine. Well, we never seem to meet in the middle. That was one of the things we was wanting to talk about. But, we always talk things through and we love each other at the end of the day. But what's important to her is important to me because she's my woman, but I think it's this big when it's that big. So that's one of the things we was wanting to talk about with y'all. If you guys have any examples.
Well, I posted something on Facebook the other day just out of sheer entertainment because I just read it and I thought it was funny. It didn't pertain to us whatsoever. But it was the fact about how if a guy gets jealous, it's cute. It's them being protective. It's, oh my gosh, he's jealous. But when we get jealous over something,
You guys go clean psycho.
no, we don't.
Damn straight.
No, we don't go clean. We
Am
can
I a
just,
jealous man?
You say you're not, but there has been a few little things that's happened along the way that I have picked up some jealousy.
I'm not saying I'm not jealous at all. I'm saying, am I a jealous man?
Not for the most part.
If
no.
I see things out of place, naturally I'm going to be jealous. But you talk to who you want, you go do what you want, you go
Well, I don't talk
whatever-
to any guys anyway. I mean, so I don't give you
whatever
I don't give you
Winelda
any-
wants to do.
Well, you make it sound like I'm.
You don't. You stay home. I'm not saying you're running bad.
Yeah, and
I'm
I don't
just
talk to
saying,
any guys.
I'm saying I don't have to look.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, I'm not saying you run about or do anything. I'm saying you do whatever you need to do, and I don't have to watch because I'm comfortable.
And I feel like you do whatever you want to do too, for the most part. Do you?
But do you watch me?
Oh yeah, I'll watch you. I'm sure. Yeah, I guess.
Even though you're comfortable. That's the trouble.
That's because that goes back to the past thing.
But
That's just
that
what
was
I've
one of the
lived
things we was
through.
talking about. I do my best not to make her pay for any of my past or hers. So, I've had a couple bad relationships through the years. Real bad ones. One of which I've raised these kids, most of their lives with me and my daddy or, Winelda helping my ex-wife. It's been tough. But I learned from that what to watch for. But we ain't playing drug epidemic these days. So we move into this next scenario. These children's kind of in my way. The next scenario was, and I've got a career now, so we went on our own way. And, now we're all a family here. So much that Maverick was gone 2 days, and Jake came to me this morning and was like, where's Maverick? Why ain't you went and got him? Well, I have to have that conversation, son. He has a daddy, I ain't his daddy, and it's a little different in our situation. And we're here.
Yeah, but I still, regardless of the little spat we had last night, I still love you. I do.
Well,
And it got out of hand over you misunderstanding what I was saying. So communication is important. Sometimes you misread the other person, or something comes across differently than how you originally meant for it to.
how you perceive it to be
Yeah.
through your own eyes.
Yes.
So I'm sure all these women and their men probably have the same troubles. But
And it's not really that I'm not You've never gave me a reason to doubt. You really haven't. And it's not you. I know how women are. And if they see that there's a loophole or a gray area there or somewhere they can slide in
But
or
you
something.
should know how I am by now.
Well, I do.
Get your
I
skank
do.
ass away from me before I snap your spine. I love you. You my woman. You my kids' mom. You my lover. That's how I feel.
All right, don't make me cry. You
I don't want you to cry, but anyhow.
Okay. But
That's stuff you guys deal with, I'm sure.
well, there's some people.
I can't find that video camera on the phone. My eyes
It's
keep
right
looking
here.
googly eyed.
It's right there. Did he leave the sticker on his shirt? No, that's part of his shirt.
No,
That
these
goes
are
that goes on there.
Under Armour Wounded Warrior shirts. They're you can get them for about $30. They're good quality. They're kind of like my grunt style shirts. They don't stretch. They dry fast when you're sweating them working. That's the kind of material I like. But these are good stuff.
They're gonna have to start paying you to. Okay, Morgan Castillo says, "How do you all feel about passwords on phones? Should your significant other know the password? Do you go through your significant other phone's?"
Got a good answer for that. Tell them the password to my phone right now.
191028.
And what else? You just push a button.
I don't have a password.
And the
on my
password to
phone.
Jake's iPad is, of course, my password. So
I've been with somebody in the past that hides their phone.
We don't really
and it's very weird.
pay mind to phones and digital media here. If I need a phone, I grab one of Elda's and research something, get a recipe, or look how to fix or build or do whatever. If she needs a phone or a TV remote control, she grabs mine. Or we're using Jake's iPad right now. We're not like that as a family.
But I have been in relationships when there has been passcodes on phones that I didn't know. I think it's rude. I think it's disrespectful, and it casts shade whether there is any or not. It gives the
Agreeable.
other person.
And that goes the same with my last relationship. You know, all my shit's open. You know what? Somebody's hiding something.
Yeah, if they got a passcode and you don't know it, then there's a reason. Unless they're really just trying to torment you. And is that really love? No, that's just being an asshole, in my opinion.
But I don't care what Winelda looks like.
And as far as do you go through your significant, I never
I
went.
say looks like. Looks at it.
I'm gonna knock
I
on
don't
wood
care what
here.
you look like.
Gary's never really given me a reason to go through his phone. In past relationships, I have went through phones before, but I've never felt that I've had to do that. And I kind of feel like now that I've been through so much bullshit, if I ever feel like I need to go through his phone, I'm probably just at the point then that I'm done.
I'll probably die in my sleep.
What?
You'll murder me.
Whatever. If I feel like I need to go through his
She's
phone,
like, you
then
like
my
that, Gary?
heart
Does
is
that
going
taste
to.
good?
Part
I'm
of
like-
my heart is going
I'm
to
like,
leave
well,
this
yes,
relationship.
Winelda, that's delicious. She's like, my hair's in your food.
I've never done it. You're crazy. And Sabrina Anchor says she's not jealous. She wished somebody would take her husband. I can't say who in my life says that, but I have someone very close to me in my life that says the same thing. Bree says it's thirsty bitches, not you, Gary. Amen. Thank you. Thank you, Brittany.
But you know, I came into this knowing that you had children, and you came into this knowing that I had children. And we were friends for a long time, right?
Uh-huh.
And we made this. We built it from the ground up. And there ain't no petty bullshit going to tear our shit down. So,
I agree.
it is what it is. You take care of all my needs. You always have.
And I'm not just saying this because we're on Facebook. I'm actually the type of person, if Gary's being a dick, I would be the type of person that would post it on Facebook. I mean, I am 100%
She don't dare
honest.
call me.
I
B
can't
when
even
I'm
pick
being
out,
one.
in past relationships, I couldn't even pick out birthday cards or anniversary cards or anything if I felt harsh toward the other person or if I was angry at the other person. I would be in the Rite Aid reading cards and I'd be like, you know what, F this, I don't even like this person, I can't even buy him a card. I'm not a dishonest person when it comes to my feelings. But Brittany Parsley just said, after you establish more trust, jealousy will fade. And I do agree with that because when you come into a
We
relationship...
don't have jealousy. We misunderstand each other.
Right, but what I'm saying is
And
when
the
you...
only thing the jealousy came from was my thoughts on the other night. I felt like an FBI agent was tracking me for no reason.
All right, Gary got offended because I made a comment over something. He commented on one of my posts. And I made a comment about his comment. And then he accused me of creeping on his Facebook when it was my post. I made this post, not you. So I got a notification what he commented. And then he was like, how'd you know what I said? Well, dumbass, it was my post and I got a notification on it. So at that moment, it
then
did
you
kind
traced my iPhone 5. You're like, well, I got an iPhone 7. It shows up as
Gary's
shit.
like, well,
I don't have a piece of shit phone like yours.
Gary said, my phone don't give me notifications like that. I said, well, I got an iPhone 8 Plus. You got an iPhone 5. And at that point, we
She traced
decided
my phone, guys. It's all I got.
we was being ridiculous. So, but when you do come in, if you've been in bad relationships in the past, when you start a new one, sadly, you bring all those feelings with you into that relationship because it's not that you're making that person pay for it. It's the experience. I mean, you've learned this. You've been through it. So you're not just going to start a new relationship and be a complete dumbass about it. You're going to learn from your past experiences and you're going to be on guard. So, I'm definitely way down on comments here. I'm sorry.
You're good, brother.
Heather, that was a very good comment.
I'm sorry. You can share my
And
phone
I'm just going to go ahead and go down here to the bottom.
always got
And
my
if you made a
pocket
comment that you want us to see, just re-comment it, please. But
Ricky, sip the cup. I'll give you some pop.
there was one I did see, though. All right. Crystal Rose says, hey, y'all. Hey, Crystal. I have a question. Do you have any problem with having different parenting skills? That's one of the biggest problems.
That's our best compliment, I think.
We parent great together. We agree with each other. We back each other. So as far as that goes,
Well, Nella takes care of things with more finesse than I do. Now, I like having her on my side and on my team. You know, every now and then the kids, or she takes care of it in a different measure, I have to come in and say, you do what your mama told you right now. And it gets done. She's like, I don't know how you do that. It's all my voice, you know. It's the way I speak. But she does an outstanding job. If I had to find one word to define Winelda besides my lover, you know, it would be mother, because she's already wondering when our cow's going to have a baby, and she takes great care of ours and makes sure they get to practice, and she's got them all fed and got us something good to eat cooked, and she's a pretty awesome gal.
Well, thank you.
But I think we'll make a wonderful family.
But I can see where blended families come together, or not even blended. You can be your natural born family there.
Just walking into a family, maybe trying to be part of it.
Yeah,
I can see
and
that.
parenting skills do differ.
But we was old pros when we got together.
We're old school too. We were raised around the same time, and we're going to get to the cougar status here in a minute too. We will be discussing cougar status.
Even though Winella stole me out of my cradle.
Whatever. But me and Gary was raised around the same time, and I'll talk about my childhood, and he go, hey, same with me. And he'll talk about his childhood, and I'll be like, hey, my parents was the same way. So we're kind of on the same playing field. Eating what's on the table. Eating what you cook.
I've took a different approach with my children through the years versus Winella. My kids eat what's on the table, where they were to sit there until they was my age. That's how I play that game, because that's how it was played with me.
Yeah. But I'm not like that. I mean, maybe to a certain extent I may be, but for the most part,
I want you to have what you want. I'll make sure you eat that once a week.
If you don't like something, you don't like it, and it's really hard to eat something. I was done that way as a child.
What you want to? Everybody gets their choice of a meal here.
That's true. We move it around there.
Gary gets his pot roast. Renelda gets what she wants. Jake gets his hot dogs. Maggie and Sissy get their chicken. Brianna gets her pizza. I mean, everybody gets what they want here. So I don't know why you can't eat what's on the table in front of you. Mm-hmm. It's not a conflict by any means, but I think there's a lot of food wasted.
Yeah, well, we do waste a lot of food. We do.
And you know what the groceries for 6 kids cost? We got more kids than most people.
We probably spend $1,000 or more a month on groceries. Brittany Kirk. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Brittany Kirk says, how do I deal with my husband being a dick all the time? Sorry for the language. It's okay. I cuss too, Brittany. I think cussing is healthy for the soul. Some people don't agree with me and it offends them. But anyway.
I read a post the other day. Well, it was actually a study. It wasn't a meme. People that cuss tend to be more honest.
That's the truth. I'm an honest person. Brittany, maybe you should amp up the sex a little bit. I know Brittany, so I'm just carrying on with her. But maybe he's crabby because you're not giving him any love. I don't know. Maybe he's crabby because he hates life. Some
Maybe
people,
he's crabby because he's tired and he's busted his ass all week, and he might be sick like me.
well, Brittany's tired because she's busted her ass all week too.
It takes two people to make it these days, but it also takes two people to make it meet in the middle.
That is true. And if you come to the point, I don't promote divorce, but if you go so many years and you don't get along, and you don't, y'all right? And you just can't make it work. Sometimes it's better to go your separate ways. And I'll give that as advice because
Well,
you
can work through a lot of things. People these days give up because they can,
True.
and I don't like that. I think
Some
you should
people are
fight for
mean.
each other. I think you should help each other. I think when one of you fell down, the other one should pick you up and carry you. That's my thought.
Gary gives way better relationship advice than me, obviously.
When you run out to make them deliveries the other night, and I come back and was washing dishes when I thought you was aggravating me. Every time I get done washing dishes, there'd be another sippy cup appear behind me. So I'd wash it, and then something else would appear behind me. And this happened like 3 or 4 times.
I was trying to keep you over there at that sink because I was looking at your butt.
I was almost done. Well, I was done every time, getting ready to, and I'd dry my hands every time. And then she was like, well, here's another something. I'm like, one down. She's like, what? I'm picking up while you're washing. She said, you guys do that to me all the time. And then it registered in my head. I don't usually do dishes, but I was doing dishes to help her because she was out hustling, making money. So I thought, and I actually thought she was messing with me because that sounded like something I'd do to her. Like, ha-ha, when I was over at the sink, I'm going to hoard all these dirty dishes, and every time she's done, I'm going to set one over there beside her. But she can't see me doing it because she's looking at the sink. So that's what I thought you were doing.
I even said to you at one point, I'm not meaning for you to wash these dishes. I just keep finding them
But
randomly.
that's what I would say when I was messing with you. That's how you keep people off your scent.
Okay. If you do something that you don't agree with in parenting, how do you deal with that?
We talk about it.
Talk about it.
Go on the porch. Let him smoke a cigar. You get you a glass of wine. Have a conversation. Tell the kids to stay in the house for a second.
The best way to resolve anything is communication. Talk about it. And
Told you that last night.
grown adults should be able to sit down and talk about a problem and find a resolution without it escalating into a fight, a divorce, a breakup, or...
We'll make it back over here, see.
Yeah, come on over here and sit with me.
I ain't going to sit. I need to stand up over here a little bit. What I said earlier, guys. You know, my great-grandpa said it best. I didn't know him. This was advice given to my father. Everybody wasn't raised up the same holler. And it took me years to understand what that meant. I know it's West Virginia, and I know you probably don't know what a holler is, but anyhow, everybody sees stuff different. What you went through growing up ain't what she went through growing up. It's not what I went through growing up. Everybody's different. And the way I measure things ain't the way she measures things. That's life. And, you know, you're different. You're going to have to work with each other. You're going to have to help each other. You're going to have to get under one shoulder and pick it up. I'd have never went to the doctor. I would have worked until I died. That's my nature. Because I was doing my kids wrong if I went to the doctor. Because my daddy taught me that if you get up and you can stand, son, you go work for your family. And might have been right, might have been wrong, but while thousands of miners was laid off, Gary Farmer could walk up and ask for a job, and he got one. So it all depends on how you see things. But work together. I would not be standing where I'm at today if it wasn't for her. I'd most likely be bled out from a scratch from a rock somewhere, which I have many scars from slate and stuff all over my body. And one little thing like that could have been the end of me. They told me if I'd hit a bump too hard, I'd have been a dead man. And I believe them. So work with each other. Love each other. Hell, pick each other up. Why'd you get them in the first place? Did you want them? Was they pretty? Did you want to spend time with them? My case was I thought she was pretty and wanted to spend time with her. Yours may be a little different. God knows what the scenario is. But, you know, you got what you got. You chose it. Take care of it.
The grass
That's your
is not
husband,
greener on
that's
the
your
other
wife.
side.
And let me tell you about grass. It always grows green when it rains. But when the sun comes out, it usually burns up and turns brown. So take care of what you got and water your own damn grass.
Okay. Good job. I thought you was going to start hacking like a Baptist preacher.
I'm not ready to start coughing.
I was like, preach it, brother
They took
farmer.
everything I had. I'm standing over here watching you because I'm sweating like a fool.
Yeah, Gary's hurting. His side's hurting. Morgan says, Winelda, how do you deal with a potential homewrecker? I've had a couple of them try, even though they knew my husband was married.
I prefer snatch a bitch up by the hair and throat puncher, but you can do the woman version.
Well, hindsight's 20/20. I've dealt with homewreckers in past relationships, and I'll be honest. I tried to be nice about it. I've messaged girls before and been like, hey, we're married. I don't know what he's told you. But normally, 9 times out of 10, normally,
I'm gonna go check on
if a girl is trying to break up your marriage, it is because your husband, your boyfriend, your significant other, or whatever, has gave her a glimpse of his poor, pitiful life. Guys are really bad. After working in the nursing industry where there's male nurses as well, I hear it, I see it all the time when I was working. Guys are really bad. Poor, pitiful me. My wife's lazy. My wife don't do anything. My wife never has sex with me. My wife hasn't got me anything for my birthday for 5 years. Well, you know what? You probably treat her like a piece of shit, too. And I'm sorry, I just totally went left on that. But you hit a sore spot with that. And if you... like Gary said, snatch a bitch up and punch the hell out of her is what I say too. Punch her. Whoop her ass. You may go to jail, but it'll be a good story you can tell your kids one day. Sorry, I'm trying to go through these real quick and just like spot out little comments. Thank you, Martha. He said you was fly for a chubby girl. Yes, Teresa, he did. Crystal says if a homewrecker is trying to come into play, it's because your man opened the door. Learn the hard way. That not like I said, 9 times out of 10, that's usually why, because your husband or significant other let them think there was a chance. But now some girls are... what is the word I'm looking for? They are persistent. Some girls, we're talking about homewreckers. Some girls are trash, sluts, whores. Some girls are persistent and they won't go away. It takes that guy, I feel, to stand up.
It's a lot easier to take something from somebody else than to make your own. You know what you do with the trash? Take its ass out. And there's one way to deal with that. Stand your ground, take care of your own shit. Don't call, don't message, catch a bitch on the sidewalk, line her ass out.
Rose said, where's the best place to find a good man? I can't answer that because...
Maria Conley.
Yeah, Maria Conley. Maria, if you're on here, you need to hook Rose up with a good man. Maria knows everybody, and she can find... She's the matchmaker.
She's helped me for years.
But
not with matchmaking, but with my health.
Some people say a bar is a horrible place to find another person, but the way I kind of see it
you
is...
got trouble and somebody else has trouble, you both there to get a drink, so I don't see it.
I don't see that either, because if you're in a bar, you're probably not sitting there thinking you're a bad person.
Who prays more than I do? I bet people that go to church don't, do they?
Probably not.
So, you know, it's okay. I'll fix it for y'all.
It can go in the garbage. It can go in the garbage.
Rod.
It can go in the trash.
I can fix that in a second. You ain't throwing that
Okay,
away.
fix
Give me
it.
the other stick off.
And some people say church is a good place to find a man.
It is.
I don't believe that. I think there's more. I'm not knocking Christians by no means, but just because you are in a church house does not mean you're a good person.
We have all the pieces, little ladies, we can fix it.
But I think you find that person, that special person, by chance. I think you could meet them anywhere from the gas station to the grocery store.
Well, you can, but church gives you spine. It's what we believe in. It's what made us who we are. No matter what you believe in. Thank you, Gail. You want me to cut you up on the plate and put anything else off on the plate?
Lisa said some girls just don't want to see a smile on a person's face. I agree 100%. Okay. Women would much rather see another woman fall than to lift them up or compliment them. Just for example, when a girl posts a selfie on Facebook and she looks amazing, I'll be the first person to like it and be like, girl, you so pretty, you make me sick.
I'm going to be the first person to go back through her pictures and be like, this bitch photoshopped this shit.
I do that. I do. I'll call you out on Photoshop every time. We've all used Photoshop. Don't get me wrong, but some of you all take Photoshop to a whole different level, like the meme says. Some of you ladies alter your pictures so much, if you die, we'll never be able to identify your body or if you go missing. I think a little Photoshop is okay. I think it's okay. But if you're a size 20 and you're Photoshopping yourself to a size 12 with a different eye color, I'm embarrassed for you, and I'll leave it at that. And Erica, some girls won't give up because they see what they think you have and want it and will do anything to get it. Preach it, sister. That is what it is. Because a lot of, you know what, Facebook is really evil. I run a business through Facebook, and I try to watch what I post on my personal page because people are out there to eat you alive and try to twist and turn things. Excuse me. But actually, I think Facebook is the downfall for a lot. I mean, it opens the doors to cheat. It opens the doors to meet new people. People are so brave behind a keyboard. They may message a guy, which you would never go up and talk to him in public or in person, but yet you're going to message him or you'll send pictures. It just opens the door for so many bad things to happen. It can be a good thing. It can be a positive thing, but there's a lot of people in our day and time that have no self-control, and they love attention. We all love attention. All girls, all guys love to be told you're beautiful, you're hot, oh my gosh, you're so sexy, or you're this or that, or you're a great mother, you're a great worker, you're great this or that. And we feed off of that, and it turns into a
Mavericks on the sand quarter baby boss.
Turns into a hot mess.
Girls.
It does. Misery loves company. I'm going to get back down to the bottom. We've got a lot of comments here. You don't go to church because you're perfect. You go to church because you're broken. I agree with that. Technology has ruined a lot of people in relationships. That has made it a way to easy to cheat. Yes, that's just what I was saying. Ashley Pepper says, seriously, Winelda, you have 235 viewers live. I love you, but so does these people, but I'm better. LOL. Thank you, Ashley.
Help me teach them how to do laundry because it sounded fun.
Ooh, that could be fun. Okay, so we're going to wrap. Hi, Jamie. We're going to wrap it up on the whole opinion thing, and which actually that was good.
For a few minutes.
We're going to show them the eggs.
Oh, yes.
We've got some eggs to show you all that are out of this world. I'm going to let Gary do the little egg presentation. I don't know, however you say it.
All right.
And school's out, and we are full-blown summer with the kids home, and it's going to be exciting summer. So here we are with the eggs.
All right. This is an extra large grade A egg. That's a pretty big egg. So when we got this one, I thought, damn, that's a huge egg. You know, I hadn't seen many eggs that big in my life. I've raised chickens my whole life. Then we got this egg. So I'm kind of wondering how many yolks is in this thing.
Where's the pigeon egg?
You want to show them the tiny egg?
Yeah, I want to show them the tiny egg.
Ready?
This is good rice for 5 minutes.
There you go.
Did you take a shower?
No.
Your hair looks wet.
I sprayed that wet stuff. You know that stuff that
That's probably greasy.
Oh,
Here's the little pigeon egg she got today.
this is a regular egg. Look at that little tiny egg. So,
Anyhow. So if you want to get your phone,
show our hands up against each other how much bigger your hand is than mine. See how much bigger his hand, and you see this egg. You see this egg. I want y'all to see how big this is. Are we going to crack it?
we'll crack it. Hold on.
We are going to crack this egg live.
Hold on. Messed it up.
What'd you do?
Went down. There we go.
Okay, so, yeah, don't get all boobs in there. We're going to crack this egg live to see what's in it.
I think it has at least 2 yolks. What are you betting on?
I say 3 yolks. Ugh.
Oh, Lord.
That.
I don't know what that is. It's foul.
What is
We don't
that?
have a rooster, guys, so it ain't a chicken. Well, we know something was wrong with it. That's why we done it on video.
That's like
I ain't
another,
seen no shit like that in all
that's
my
like
years.
another egg. That's like
It's
another
got a shell on it.
Yeah.
It's an egg inside of an egg. Well, here. Let me do my thing.
Oh, wait a minute. I got egg yolk on my hands. Maverick's got a gallon of milk. Ooh. Ooh.
I think it was an egg inside of an egg. It was. An egg inside of an egg. That was an egg inside of an egg. You ain't.
Oh gosh, I'm not even
Getting it
showing it. Sorry.
Sorry, guys. But that was one egg inside of an egg.
I gotta get him milk.
Got you.
Okay. Give me the gallon.
Sorry about that. But, that is a first for me. I never seen nothing like that before. Egg inside of an egg. I'm going to have to entertain you guys while Vanilda's going. There we go. That was crazy. Yeah, that's what I thought, an egg inside of an egg. But like I said, it was the biggest egg I ever seen. It was as big as the palm of my hand. I'm sure that's probably about 5 inches or so. No, it wasn't gross, Debbie. It was just an egg inside of an egg. They both had yolks in them. And
Debbie, I thought it was gross.
it was an eggshell inside of an egg. If you'd have cracked them
crack this
both,
one.
you'd have never known nothing. That one ain't even interesting.
Let's crack the pigeon egg.
It's just an egg.
It's already cracked.
You done the fancy one.
You shooting me down, buddy.
Well, you're going to waste all my eggs.
That was weird.
But an egg inside of an egg. Y'all think about that. That's pretty cool. Where y'all from? Hey, from Chattanooga. We ain't far from y'all. We're Logan County, West Virginia. Be here in a few hours.
What?
Chrissy, I know you ain't never seen that. I ain't never seen that either. The pool frogs went away. We got all the algae gone. We
I
bought.
actually hear some frogs out there tonight. They probably
Well,
hearing them.
we're going to have frogs that live in the ditch, but the pool's clear and the 97 frogs we had are gone. I know I throwed them in the bushes twice.
Thank you, Pamela. There's nothing new to tell about the frogs. The frogs are gone for the most part.
Florida. Our chickens are a year old. We bought them off a guy I know over up in Edge Branch. He's we bought 8 off him. One of the neighbor's dogs got one of them, but other than that, we get 6 or 7 eggs a day, which is more than we can eat, and we can't give them all away. I think we only need about 4 chickens, to be honest. Times has changed. People don't eat eggs as much.
Hi, Alabama. There's been several people from Alabama and Mississippi say hey. So, hey, guys.
I used to live in Huntsville when I was in the Army when I took my ordnance school.
How was date day? Our last date day was it last weekend we went to Pikeville, Kentucky?
Yes.
Last weekend we went to Pikeville, Kentucky, and we went to Hobby Lobby,
Had a wonderful day.
Ross's, and Texas. The Texas Steakhouse over there. I'm not for sure.
Texas Roadhouse?
Texas Roadhouse.
I think it was Texas Roadhouse.
It was super good. Beth, if you go back to the beginning of the video, we talked the first few minutes about what was going on with Gary, and we updated everybody. But he's doing good. We're just waiting on some.
How's the
answers.
cow doing? Well, she's picked up a lot of weight. She lives at her parents' house in the pasture. Her fur's looking better. She looks wonderful. Well, I got some pictures over today for Winelda while me and her stepdad was riding around.
Message me, Brittany. I'll meet up with you and give you some fresh eggs.
Indiana. She has family that lives there.
Oh, Gary
I
just
don't
took the
know
comments away. Hi, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania?
Hi, Alabama. We have a lot of Alabama viewers, I do believe.
Well, it's just like home. Hell, they sound just like us. I fit
Yeah.
in just fine. They didn't know I was an import.
I
Got
think that was
40
all we were
minutes
going to talk about, though. We wanted to do a little he said, she said stuff.
But I was
Talk
trying to
about
get back with you
eggs.
guys. We kind of felt bad where I've been sick. I couldn't get to you to talk to y'all, and she's been trying to take care of me. It's been mostly my fault, if you guys is wondering why.
Whatever. It's, yeah. We need a picture, Jessica. I have a picture on my Facebook of the cow. Her name's Mabel, and she's very cute.
She's a Hereford.
And I like Texas Roadhouse, too. It was really good. We had a good time. It was a
Hillsville?
good date.
Out in VA. Florida?
Hi, Florida.
No, we don't need a goat. Goats are nasty, Chad. Natalie, whichever one of you seen
It's
it.
probably Natalie.
They're nasty.
Louisiana.
Retired Army, 26 years.
Okay, we're ready to wrap it up.
Hoorah. Yeah, you can wrap her up.
All right. So I don't know what is this right here. Tammy, wait a minute. What does she say here? My son works at Penny. Ain't that where you work?
Billy Cecil. He's a good buddy of mine. He's
She
a
said
good
he was
boy.
in an accident Thursday night, and they were flying him out.
I saw that.
Hmm.
I don't know anything about it, Darling. I ain't been at work, but I know your son's a great worker and he's a good man. He's one of my friends. Yeah, it's that boy got wiped in the head with the rock I showed you.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But he's a great fella. We're all glad to have him. I'm sure they're missing him every way he's gone.
Oh, the cougar thing. Let's talk about that real quick and then we'll wrap it up.
Yes.
Okay, Gary likes to tell everybody that I'm a cougar.
Well, Nelda was born in a different decade than I. She's a 70s model.
I was born in 1977. Gary was born in
I'm an 80s model.
1980.
That's a whole decade difference.
Gary is currently 38 years old and I am 40.
Getting ready to be 41. I'm trying not to sweat. I can't help.
So, he thinks that I am a cougar.
She is a cougar. As a matter of fact, there was a attack in a natural forest out west. So I texted Winelda and I sent the photo. I said, "Was this you?" She said, "No, I've been home." She's like, "F you." Then she caught what I was saying. So anyhow, I keep tabs on my woman. You know, it's hard to tell what a cougar going to do.
Yeah.
But anyhow, what do you guys think?
There has to be amount of years. I mean, I think a cougar would be like a 40-year-old woman trying to chase a 20-year-old man.
I think a cougar is somebody born in the
boy.
70s chasing somebody born in the 80s.
Like
I said, it's a whole different decade. Measure it how you want it, but math is math.
I think a cougar would be like an older, wealthy woman that's after a young pool boy.
And I work on your pool constantly.
I'm not wealthy. Oh, God.
She hustles, guys. She takes care of us.
Natalie said, "You're his sugar mama."
You are.
Jamie says she's a... Jamie, how many years difference are there between you and Michael? What'd she say? Leslie says you are a cougar, but not in this relationship. She's not a cougar. She's not a cougar, but she's pretty.
Hey, guys,
Thank
she was
you.
walking before I was born.
What? I mean, that would have been a big deal if I was, say, 12 and you was...
What about if I was 15 and you was 18?
I might have taught you a thing or two.
You wouldn't have. You wouldn't even have looked at me.
I was a
you know
virgin
it.
at 18. I probably couldn't have taught you
You wouldn't
shit.
even have looked at me or even talked to me, and you know it. So that's how I look at things. If I was 15 and she was 18 and she wouldn't give you the time of day, so...
That's not true. You was a hottie. You still are. But you was a hottie back when you was younger.
I'm
I
old
would've
and
looked-
sickly.
Had I seen you, I would have looked twice at you. I'd have been like, "Oh, he's pretty."
10 is a decade. Where's she? Destiny. 10 is a decade.
Jody says her husband's 10 years younger
Are
than
you a
him.
cougar gal?
Yes, Michelle. I'm an 87, baby. My hubby is a... See, Bree is in the same boat as us.
Shanny cougar.
How far are we from Charleston, West Virginia? About an hour.
45 minutes.
About 45 minutes we are from Charleston.
The way Winella drives, she's NASCAR. She got a number 3 on the side of that minivan.
I do not. You're...
Hell, you sling me all over the place. My seatbelt saved my life today at Walmart.
I had to break fast. Jamie said Michael was born in 1984. Well, I didn't miss where you was born, or you're not telling. A cougar to me is like a 50-year-old trying to get with a 25-year-old. Yes, thank you.
Same difference.
Jamie is a 77
She's in her
model.
40s. I'm in
Jamie,
my
we're
30s.
the same age.
You're in your 40s. I'm in my 30s.
John says, "Do you buy him a new Chevy Silverado pickup every 5 years?"
I got my old 2010 model outside. She sits there for when we need to haul off trash. I got my own truck. She ain't got to buy me one.
I don't have no money to buy him a
I
truck.
bet you would if you had to, though.
If I had the money, I'd buy you whatever you wanted. Michael's an 84 model and Jamie's a 77. Jamie,
Lord.
you are a
No.
cougar.
She's.
Sorry, I'm
I
fixing
bet
the
that was
iPad.
her I was looking for in them national parks when that person got attacked.
Jamie, have you been out west in a national park being a cougar? Leslie says, I am only 20 hours older than my husband. He says I am so much older than him. Ooh.
That's a lot. That's a lot of life's experience right there.
Yes, Donna, he is so country. He is country as cornbread, and I love it. How much makes him so sweet, I think. Bree says she literally took her husband from the cradle.
So did you.
No, I didn't.
You got baby dolls older than I am.
I didn't take you from the cradle. I took you from Fowler Branch. You wasn't in no cradle.
You ignored me my whole life, Winona.
I didn't even know you. I didn't even know you
We
existed.
went to the same church.
I was born in 77, Jeanette. Teresa said 72 model. Me and hubby 2 months, 11 days apart. Maverick's got a hold of Gary. He's going to sucker him in. Thank you, John. I think we have a pretty great relationship. I mean, nobody's perfect, and no couple's
we're
perfect.
just
but
like you guys do. We talk about it.
it usually don't last longer than a second because it's usually around bedtime, and we both want to go to sleep. And I like to be Velcro on Gary when we go to bed at night. I'm a snuggler, and yeah, we're usually stuck like glue to each other. Donna said she's got baby dolls older than you. Donna, whose side are you on?
Hey, good looking son.
Thank you, Jeanette. Maverick is chasing Gary around the island. He's probably wanting you to change the TV. Take the phone in there. Come here. Oh, you all want to see Maverick? Come here, Maverick. I'll introduce Maverick to you. Come here. If I can lift him
He's
up.
my wild man.
Oh! Oh! Look at there. Maverick, look. 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 Up here. Up. He's like, nope. Ow! Look. He likes when you howl like a wolf. Oh! Look here. Oh, who is that? Who is that? Oh, he's going.
He's eating supper.
So that was Maverick and his famous move of picking his nose. Well, that couldn't have happened at a better time. So anyway, he said, you said I had, sorry, Donna. I'm so sorry, Donna. I didn't hear him say that. He goes on about so much, I probably was just blocking him out. Thank you, Patsy. Nothing. I thought Donna said I had baby dolls older than you, but she was just repeating what you said. I should have known that was a comment from you. It sounded like something you'd say. So.
She tries to proper move my mouth when I sleep sometimes. She's so much older than me.
I have no words right now. You're crazy. Thank you, guys. We do think Maverick's quite. What are you going all over your hat? Quite adorable.
Concrete, probably.
No. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up with that, and we will go back through and try to get with all your all's comments. You crashing out on us?
Since I'm feeling a little better, we may be able to do it a little longer.
Yeah, and we'll try to
Maybe tomorrow or the next day.
get back on and go live with you all. Maybe we'll have some more good stuff to talk about.
I'm feeling better daily, though. Maybe I can spend more time.
Hi, Donna. I have your necklaces made, by the way. I need to send them. I need to come see you and bring them to you.
5 years younger than you, Amber. Lord. You women, I tell you what.
We hoes. We are hoes.
Yeah, I was like, let me snatch this one up in his diapers. Training.
Hey, I'm an expert at training them out of diapers. Tammy says, my son likes you. LOL. I guess you're the one he calls Farmer. Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. Good night, Betty. Dawn, you too. You all have a good night, and hope you all have a wonderful Monday. We're probably all going to sleep in here because we have no doctor's appointments tomorrow. Last week we was at the doctor every day. But no doctor's appointments tomorrow, no appointments.
I haven't even got to call work and let them know what's up with me. I've been at the doctor so much.
Thank you for all the prayers for Gary. He definitely could use them. He's had some rough days.
And I thank all y'all that pray for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, thank you, Laura. My mom bought me those. Okay, you all have a good night, and we're going to go through.
In the meantime, these claw marks.
What claw? You have no claw marks.
From the Cougar.
The coot. He's full of shit. All right, good night.